Factsmith is a software package that is designed from the ground up for debate research. The interface is streamlined to make cutting quotes very fast, and it does all the formatting for you. This video is intended as a complete beginner's guide using Factsmith, so it won't cover all the features, but it will show you everything you need to know to start writing briefs. Cutting cards in Factsmith is easy. When you find a quote you like, press Ctrl-Alt-A. That is, hold down the Ctrl and Alt keys while you press the A key. The evidence editor window will pop up and float on top of the browser. Click and drag to highlight the quote, and then click and drag that text into the large text field. This works best if you're using Chrome or Firefox. Internet Explorer and Microsoft Edge don't really implement drag and drop properly, so if you're using one of those, you'll have to use copy-paste instead. If you want to underline parts of the quote, you can highlight them and click the U button on the toolbar. Now, type in a tagline. Finally, the source. We haven't cited this article yet, so we'll click New Source. You don't have to fill in all of these fields, but fill in enough for a complete citation. You can either type in the boxes or you can highlight text from your web browser and drag it in. So let's add the URL, the title, the date, and the organization. You could leave it there, but let's add the author, John Lindsay. This box here lists all the authors that you've cited in this brief, which is nobody right now, but since John Lindsay isn't here, you'll need to add him. Click Add, enter his name, and enter his credentials. When you're done, click Save. Make sure this little box next to John's name is checked. There may be a lot of authors on this list, so the check marks are how you select the ones that actually wrote the article you're currently citing. Click OK, and you're done. Now, if we find another good quote from this article, just hit Ctrl-Alt-A again, drag in the quote, type a tagline, and select the source you just created from the list. Done. Back to the main Factsmith window, you'll notice that the two cards you cut have been added to this list. It's sort of like a table of contents for your brief. Before we go any further, let's save this brief. Notice that the brief has now been added to the side panel. You can open up any brief from the side panel just by double-clicking it. Next, we want to make a Word document that you can print. Click Export and click Save. Now, if you open up your debate folder, you'll notice a Word document. Factsmith has done all the formatting for you. This brief is finished and ready to print. There are a few more basic tasks to know, so here's a larger brief to demonstrate on. To change the order of cards in your brief, just click on them and drag them into their new position. To edit any card, you can just double-click it and it will pop up in the evidence editor. If you want to add strategy notes or speech text, click Add Text. This window is just like the evidence editor, but instead of evidence, you can type in whatever text you want. To add a new section heading, you can click Add Section and type in the name of your new section. Then just drag it wherever you want it to go. If you want subsections, you can change the heading level by clicking these little arrow buttons in the toolbar, but be warned that, well, having a lot of subsections looks really organized here in this table of contents. In an actual debate round with papers scattered all over your table, it can actually make it harder to find what you're looking for. So I'd recommend sticking to just one or two levels of section heading and putting the important information in the tagline so it's easy to see. Finally, if you don't like how your exported briefs look, you can change that. Click the Tools menu, click Options. Now click the Styles tab. There's a list of the formatting styles available here. Select one you like and click OK. Now when you export a brief, it will look completely different. It's also possible to create your own styles, but that's a bit beyond the scope of this video. Hopefully this overview of Factsmith has been useful. Have fun researching!